Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Free Association Radio Show. I'm not going to stay on for very long, simply because uh, there's no real need um, to do more than about 10 minutes or so with this topic. So, a friend of mine died last week, and I've been grieving over the weekend. I'm more or less back to normal now, but we don't know when the funeral is going to be as yet, and I'm more than likely going to fall apart at the funeral for an hour or two. So I wanted to talk about grief because grief's a tricky thing for me. I don't really understand it, but I do get attached to people. I get close to people, and then obviously when people die and you're close to them, it affects you emotionally. And sometimes for a few days, sometimes for an hour or two till you get used to the idea. Um, yeah, but at some point you've got to let go of the grief. So I wanted to point people in the direction of a couple of techniques that will help people to let go of the grief. So the first is emotional freedom technique, which I've used fairly regularly for about 15 years, and I go through phases with it, but it's useful because it's easy to remember how to do it and what to do. And I simplified it for my radio show so that essentially it becomes one point and an affirmation. So what you're really doing is all you need to do is just tap on the karate chop point, which is on the inside of your hand. I don't know whether I can show you. It's not going to come up on here. There we go. The inside of your hand, so like this. Uh, Over here. So tap with two or three fingers. Just tap on the inside of your hand, and say something along the lines of, this is called the setup statement. Even though I'm feeling sad about the death of my friend, and then name the person, I wholly and completely love, honour, and accept myself, and just keep tapping on that point. This is what I do for my radio show, or have been doing for the last year. And just keep tapping on the karate chop point, and repeat the statement again. So even though I'm feeling sad about the death of, in this case, my friend Jeff, I wholly and completely love, honour, and accept myself. And that will be the statement. And just keep doing that for a few minutes every now and again. And you only need one point. You can use more than one point if you know where the other points are. But if you don't know where the points are and you're just looking for something quick and easy to calm you down when you're in an emotional state, that's as good a way to do it as any. Uh, the other thing that I've used, which I'm not trained in really, is Sedona method. I use the questioning techniques in Sedona method, uh, which are relatively simple. There's plenty of material on YouTube. You can find just by looking for Sedona method, or looking for Lester Levinson, and you'll find his material. So those are two ways of doing it. The important thing is to make the assumption that you can let go of the emotion that you're feeling before you do the technique, because if you haven't made that assumption, it's not going to work as well. So, I mean, you can do something like you could send Reiki to the situation. So send it as a distance healing session for you in the situation of the funeral, which I might do later on this afternoon actually, because that's quite a good idea. So I'll be sending to me in the future, in this case, in the situation, to keep me calm. and then I'll sort out the emotion when I get home. I think, or I might end up in the pub with people, and I'll do it there. So those are the techniques that I use mainly, and I find them useful. It's everybody's different, so you'll find your own techniques and your own way of doing it. But start with the emotional freedom technique and work your way out from there. Is my advice. That's enough, really. It's 5 minutes, so that's enough. I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just telling you what I do, and then let you work from wherever you are and find your own. All right, thanks for listening. I might see you again in a couple of days. Now that I'm back on StreamYard, this seems to work better for me than OBS. So we'll see anyway.